The United States has the highest incarceration rate in the world, with men making up about 90% of that population. 70% haven't completed high school, and black males represent the largest percentage of inmates held in custody today.
How many people you know got out of jail this week and back next week? I know a bunch of them.
Recidivism is the criminal act resulting in the rearrest, reconviction, or return to custody within 3 years following an inmate's release, many of who are highly familiar with this act.
I've been in prison a grand total of 5 times. Last time I went to prison, I never got out of prison. I was still in prison and went right back to prison.
A life of crime usually accompanies a life of barriers. The justice system is made to rehabilitate criminals, but there are other muted issues that follow an inmate's release.
We do call this department the Department of Corrections, so I imagine it's supposed to be correcting something.
People have a tendency to think that a person that's just coming out of incarceration, or any element of incarceration, is somebody less than and should be treated as the other or one of those.
Clearly, once a person comes into prison, for the rest of their life, they're an ex-inmate, and that's certainly problematic from just getting basic needs, employment, housing, etc.
Trapped in a revolving cycle of recidivism and feeling like the world is against them, how can an ex-inmate follow the path of a productive member in society? Or do they? Are they trapped forever?
Negative K, nothing further, just see the cabbie in the corner. Alright, I go final arrival. Alright, 10 flight, 62, 1093.
An inmate released from custody has a high possibility of returning within 3 years. However, there are many silent factors that influence this recidivism. Low education is a huge setback. Now add a criminal record? Getting a job seems almost impossible.
Education, Florida Department of Corrections.
Most inmates that are in prison have less than a 6th grade functioning education.
Barriers like education and criminal records provide an easy way for an ex-inmate to become discouraged.
Get scared. The average person getting out of prison and jail trying to find a job, that automatically they're scared. The truth is you're afraid because you don't know how my record, how this is going to affect my getting a job.
So education is a big part of why they're there in the first place. A lot of dropouts, high school dropouts. So we know when you drop out of school, your employment options are going to be greatly limited.
As soon as you get the application, look at, oh man, you fill out the application, here you go. Have you ever been convicted of a felony? If yes, give a detail. That's where it stops. That's where it stops.
An article in 2013's November edition of The Nation reviewed discrimination in the workplace. With a criminal record, whites have a 17% chance of gaining a job and blacks have a 5% chance. This makes it extremely difficult to handle financial responsibilities.
The financial burden that's placed on offenders, especially those released from prison, and not just that, even those put on supervision, they're given a second chance. Instead of prison, we're going to put you under house arrest, or we're going to put you on probation, and we're going to follow you, we're going to track you. I think the piling on of financial sanctions and burdens it's an issue as criminologists we really have not looked at thoroughly.
One common and more crippling financial burden is making child support payments.
Child support, it's the system is, oh man, it's twisted on child support.
Yeah, if you get caught up in that finance cycle, yeah, if you don't pull yourself out of it and get stabilized, Because until that child turns 18, your child support payments are gonna be stacking up.
Despite the difficulty of getting hired, not keeping up with child support payments is a fast way to land back in jail. Some can easily fall back into a criminal lifestyle just to make ends meet.